very close to my heart. The Art of Discovery is the third book in a series that I've done for the Creative Coalition. And the whole point of it is to really give you celebrities, actors unwrapped and raw. And so we get into the zeitgeist of these personalities that are influencers for our time.
My participation in the book is really only my own anecdote and my photograph. But I consulted with Robin about the concept of it, and when she dreamed it up, I thought it was really interesting because I think that, obviously this book is the moment of discovery for prominent actors and entertainers, but I think that a lot of people that are lucky enough to do something that they're passionate about have a moment where they discover who it is they're going to be.
In interviewing all of the talent who are in the book, it is so personal, that moment. My moment is not your moment. But you want to be able to see the moment for what it is and then use it to serve the common good in your own zeitgeist. It was so raw. People cried, they laughed. We really dug deep into their psyche, and we probably should have given gift certificates for therapy out after we were done with them.
The story that I related in the book, a very brief version of it, is that I grew up in a family of actors, and I think one of the reasons that I fell in love with the whole idea of being an actor, which took me a while to get around to, was that when I was a kid I used to go with my father from time to time when he did summer stock, and I would be in the theater climbing around in the wings and in the rafters, and I was sort of in on this whole magical illusion, this trick that was played on the audience. And peering out from behind a curtain into a darkened theater was such an amazing experience for me, and I just loved it. Helen Hayes and George C. Scott and a lot of Colleen Dewhurst were wandering around my house when I was a kid. So I was never really impressed by actors. I was impressed by their performances, but I didn't idolize them because my parents were actors, so they were just kind of grown-ups, drunken grown-ups who wouldn't feed me dinner. But I was captivated by theaters, so that was really special for me, and I think what ultimately made me become an actor and not one of the many things I dreamed about being. I had an overactive imagination, so I wanted to be a fireman and an astronaut and a football player and a doctor and a lawyer, and thankfully I've gotten to pretend to be a lot of those things.
In each of these, we talk to these actors, these very significant people, these influencers, about what was that moment in time that was an epiphany for you. There's a story in there, Jason Alexander talks about how he was a young child in New Jersey, and all he learned to do was practice magic in his basement. And then one day when he was about 12, he realized his hands were too pudgy to do magic well, and he was devastated. And he was all in the dumps, and then his grandparents took him to see Pippin on Broadway, and he realized that he could do magic on stage. And it was just transformational for him. Nicole Kidman talks about working with Stanley Kubrick and the pearls of wisdom she got from him. Kate Hudson talks about when she was packed off to the Williamstown Playhouse by her mom, and her first job was building scenery for it. It's a treasure chest, this book, and I so appreciate the artists who opened up, and the proceeds from the book go to support the arts and education programs of the Creative Coalition. So it truly is a gift that you can enjoy on so many levels.